This is so common. And yes, on this one, I will allow you permission to use it on vintage guitars if you have the skill level to do it. But it also happens on a lot of very inexpensive guitars. Over the years, or maybe over a week, your bass player might have stepped on your chord and boom, all of a sudden now you're going, oh man, you cracked on my acoustic guitar plug. It's, oh man. And you've tightened it down. It's not, you know, here you take a wrench, you tighten it down. It's not getting any better. It's just making it worse. Okay, so a lot of guys come in and they put like what's called a Les Paul plate. It's a square plate here, and they just put that in there and 4 screws. Well, that would work on this guitar because it's not really a high-end expensive guitar. You don't want to do that to an old vintage guitar. And you definitely don't want to go in there and start patching it, because that ruins the value too. Anything you add to a guitar that was not there originally will devalue the instrument. So what I like to do, look how bad that is now I made this little rig. You don't have to do this, but this is just the end of a guitar plug on a cable. I do this because I have to put the jack back in. Now, the cool thing about the way I do this, I don't take this wire out. Now, you can do it that way, but I'm going to show you a technique of doing it without having to take the wire out. Now, if you see here, there's a lot of cracking, and it's really soft. That's because the cracks have gone laterally and with the grain. Now, if this is a laminate body, it's going to be stronger, but a lot of 50s and 40s and before that, they really didn't have pickups, so you don't have to worry about them unless somebody drilled a hole and stuck one in there. Bad boy. So what we want to do is we want to get saturation of glue to make this firm again. So I'm going to use this little guy right here, and I'm also going to use a Q-tip. I'll probably start off with this, but not everybody's going to have this little foam tip device sitting around their house or in their workshop. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there. And I'm going to work from one side here, and then from this side here. Okay, now I want to show you the same technique, but with a Q-tip. This is not an expensive guitar, by the way. This is my little dummy guitar, so I can spill things on it and yell at it and abuse it. It's mostly a prop. Q-tips are wound a certain way. Boy, doesn't that look funny. It looks like my uncle's hair. So I'm going to twist this back up like this with my fingers. They're usually wound one way or the other, so by me doing this, this allows more of the glue to stick to the Q-tip. So I was working over the wood area. I made a little drop. I'm going to do this on this over the bench now. Now, you got to be careful with this one too, because this can actually drip if you get too much on there. Okay, so see if I can get you a little close up of this one. Now you got to spin this bad boy the same direction that you wound it, or it will stick. There it goes. I'm going to do a shot of Gluboost on there. Like I say, don't need a lot of this stuff. You just, you know, people get really impatient sometimes, but these glues are fast. Just let them do what they're supposed to do. Because right now the glue's going this way, and this way. And so I'm going to look at it. That's nice and strong. So let's see what happened. Put this back on. Put a little at a time. I can't stress that. And then do the accelerator last. So now I'm going to pull out my little prop here. And let's pop that in that jack. I'm moving it. It's solid. And you can't tell. That's the thing. The mark of a good technician is to be able to look like you didn't do anything. And then you don't get any credit. But the customer's happy. So there you go. that's it. That's all fixed up. This works on jazz boxes. This works on import guitars. Any acoustic guitar that has a jack here that's not at the end where a lot of them are, where somebody would install it. So you'll see these on countless imported guitars, and this happens quite a bit. There's also some electric guitars that have a really thin top, and somebody steps on the cord and it'll break out the top of the guitar. You can actually use the same technique and just saturate it a little bit more with the ultra thin.